good, everyone? Buckstar back on the butt stops here. And I've got your man JR with me as well. What are you saying, JR? You good, bro?
I'm okay. Yeah,
It's good to have you back on anyway, man. Definitely good to have you back on. And yeah, as you know, it's been an interesting weekend. It started off not too badly because a certain person in one of my group chats, Triller, was been running his mouth all week, and then obviously Liverpool go and lose, Tottenham lose to Burnley. You're thinking this could end up being a great weekend. And I said it before, United is never ever going to be a straightforward game because it's never really play them. It don't matter about league form, where people are on the table. It's always a tough game against United. And I feel like we made it a lot harder than we had to. What did you make of going 1-up and then the reaction after we scored?
I think the reality is I think that we kind of settled into we thought that this is business as usual, which is in one way kind of like a good thing because you kind of think, yes, we're going to push on, we're winners, that's what we do, but it gives you a full sense of security. And I think like against a team like Man United, who even under Amorim was creating chances, just couldn't score, right? You can't give them that chance. It's a massive rivalry. They're going to be up for it. Historically, the games have been close. Like we have dominated the games, but games have been close in recent years, even with Amorim, Ten Hag, whoever. So we can't take it like lightly. But I think their goal shocked us. Their next goal shocked us. And I think if we go in 1-0 and we go to 60 minutes 1-0, I think we control the game and they play into our hands. But they didn't let it settle. And we're the ones that messed up.
Listen, listen, I'm going to call it a Zubamendi assist because he basically
it was.
But he took the goal really well. I thought, okay, Raya's rushing out. He might be able to do something here, but Mbeumo just shifted the ball. And when he shifted the ball, I just knew where it was going, and it was a goal. It was a great take from Mbeumo, man. He was alert. He was on it. And, as bad as the mistake was, the goal was good. We can't really deny that. And then at 1-1, you think, okay, they're going to wake up now because that was crazy what just happened just there, man. That was crazy. I don't want to get on Zubamendi too much because he's been good for us this season. And, everyone can make a mistake. And you think, okay, this is where we're going to actually wake up and do something. But I've never seen so many unforced errors from Arsenal as I have in that game. It was crazy. The passing was lackluster. And it was sideways and backwards. And then, it was, not even on target. Sometimes the pass is going straight. And it just encouraged United. Like, don't you think
that's a mentality thing? Or do you think like it was just tiredness or nervousness? What did you think?
I'm not going to say it's a mentality thing because, and this is an issue I've got actually, is a lot of people are like, Arsenal always this, Arsenal always that. This is not the same Arsenal team. It's a different group of players. We've got a much bigger squad. And if you look at Arteta's record against the big six clubs, it's the best record of the big six clubs since he's been at Arsenal. So I don't think it's a mentality thing. I just think I feel like the players are out there thinking that this is going to be an easy one. This is going to be an easy one. Look how well we've been playing. We're not really used to losing games this season. Sometimes you need that loss to snap you out of it and make you not be complacent. And I do think it was more complacency than anything. I don't know what you think, but that's what I think.
Do you know what? I do think that Wenger had this thing about the teams as well. It was kind of like, as long as you impose yourself on the game, then you don't need to worry about them. And I don't think we worried about them enough, right? And I don't mean to an extent where you're nervous about them, but you got to respect what's in front of you, right? You got to respect that, you know what, their defense is sometime-ish, but their attack are all people who on their day have scored loads of goals, right? Other than Dogu, right? But Bruno Fernandes, Mbuemo, Cunha has, Diallo, like they've done their thing on their day. So you have to respect.
Yeah.
I don't think we did that enough. And back to your
Saying
point,
that about Dorgu, sorry, what you said about Dorgu, in the game at Old Trafford, I was saying to Bizzle, Dorgu was your best player. Dorgu, I don't know what it was. He was just brilliant in that game. He was a threat. He was brilliant, and he did exactly the same in this game as well. He just looked like a quality player.
Yeah, I'd say he's just very intense and very direct, like, and you can see that, and that's what for an Arsenal team, you can't let us settle. If you let us settle or give us any little bit of space, then we're going to destroy you. But if you're very intense, it's going to be, 60% of the time we'll get out, but 40% you've got a chance of winning the ball back. So I think like that is the difference, and I think they can see the weakness. Like the weakness that I've seen is, I'm not going to compare the two directly, but I can't think of another person. But Zubimendi is like Jorginho. Brilliant ball player, right? Excellent passer. Obviously he's a lot more dynamic and athletic than Jorginho, but he's like, give me the ball all the time. But what I've noticed is that people think I'm going to press him. I'm going to press him because he's always going to try and be brave. He's always going to do too much. And you can see, just like Jorginho, they've cost us goals because that's the person to press. They're not going to press Rice. Rice will carry the ball out. Odegaard, they won't get the ball from without fouling for him a lot of the time. Timber will get his body in the way. Saliba, Gabriel don't make sense, right? But Zubimendi, they think he
starts the moves.
Now, Zubimendi,
he usually starts the moves for us.
He does, but he's also got the most forced errors that have led to goals. He's also been involved in 3 other instances where he's fouled someone from an error, and then they've scored from that free kick. So we have to start looking at this is a weak spot that people have anticipated and said, look, they're always going to feed through him and he's always going to try and do this. So just keep going, right? And that's what keeps happening. So for me, I would say like becoming a bit more, as the word in football term is, being cute and saying, look, I know that you're going to receive, but I'm going straight away. I'm not going to just keep like believing I can keep spinning,
Bro, that does my head in, Raya does it as well. Raya does it. Gabriel does it. They get the ball and they're going to pass that. No, maybe that. No, maybe that way. And it's like, just pass the damn ball. Move it quickly. You don't always have to be meticulous. Sometimes you do need to be direct and quick, especially when we got quick wingers. Hit the wings quickly. And then by the time it gets to that, it's like, well, it's too late now. So I agree, man. Let's talk about the Dorgu goal, man. Some people saying handball. I'm not one of them.
No.
Listen, I don't think that's a handball in at all. I think the game goes down the toilet. You start saying that's handball. His arms down. It's in a natural position. It's not like the Aina one where he's literally cut the ball back into play.
That's ridiculous.
That one was shocking.
He's even mocking her. Do you see the video? He done like that with a wrestler, like this, and you're just like, nah, he's mocking. He's mocking.
He's mocking it.
He knows.
So
that's
that one definitely. The Dorgu one, no. The Maguire one, no. I mean, Maguire's falling. That arm's going to break his fall. What is he meant to put his arm? I don't think that's a penalty.
Exactly.
And I don't think Dorgu's is a handball. So let's move that aside because there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, look how unfair it is." Man, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, I don't see no controversial decisions. And the thing is like, I think that we need to move past that. Like in the last couple of seasons, margins mattered, right? And they mattered in the business end of the season. The last 10 games, last 12 games, we were meant to get decisions and we didn't get them. And it mattered because we lost by 2 points, 5 points, right? And they made a difference. But right now, where we can still make a difference without those decisions, we can't look for every soft decision. It goes for us and against us. Like we had Marino should have been sent off before. Like we didn't get the penalty for Aina. Cool, fair enough. But the reality is we can't be looking for those instances to save us. We have to create our own luck.
Can't. We can't. And then, I mean, look at the 2 goals. I mean, an own goal, a scrappy equaliser, which it was scrappy. We didn't really pose any threat on the United goal when you think about how many touches in the final third we had. I think at one point we had 20 touches in the final third. United had 0, but we didn't look like scoring. Like, it's mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm just gonna bring up I don't know if I can bring it up actually. In fact, I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm just gonna read it out. Bukayo Saka, 0 goals in the last 13 appearances, all competitions. Gyökeres, 0 non-penalty goals in the last 11 Premier League appearances. Martinelli, 0 goals in the last 13 Premier League appearances. Noni Madueke, 0 goals in the last 25 Premier League appearances. And then Trossard, who had a really great start to the season, 1 goal in the last 11 appearances in all competitions. That, for me, is not good enough. It is not just Gyökeres. It's not just Gyökeres. It's everybody, all of them. And I'm going to call out Saka first, because Saka is meant to be our vice captain. Don't get me wrong. He's been a brilliant player for us. I don't think he's the most talented winger in the world, but he's so consistent, and he's always been so consistent. And I feel like he's lost that this season. Whether that's because more people are going to a low block now, I don't know. But then he's got to figure it out. He's got to figure it out. His output for me right now is nowhere near good enough. And if you want to go and win a league, it's one thing having, we've got a lot of different goal scorers. I think we've got more different goal scorers than anyone in the league. But we can't be relying on that, and we're relying on corners and relying on set pieces. We need to be doing more. And for me, to have that many players on 0 is crazy. It's crazy. That's not Premier League winning attackers. It's just not. And I feel like this part of the season, at least a few of them need to turn this round. They need to, because Jesus is not going to save us. Havertz is not going to save us. That's not going to be enough.
I mean, my opinion is I don't care how many my striker scores as long as we win the game. And I think the reality is we've been winning games without it having to rely on anyone, and that's the main objective. Because the thing is we've had seasons where our strikers banging 15 goals. When we got Aubameyang, we weren't winning the Premier League. We even Lacazette scored like 13 goals. We weren't winning nothing. We weren't getting close. Like when Saka was scoring 13, 14 goals in the Premier League, we weren't getting close. For me, it's about winning games, right? But yes, the problem is having a goal scorer that scores most of the time is an advantage. It's a distinct advantage, because it means whenever you're playing badly, you can still score. Like, you don't rely on, the problem with Arsenal is still kind of, I think Arteta has grown out of it. And that's why we have set pieces and we score from set pieces, because we're relying on playing well to win games, right? Now we score from set pieces. It means you don't have to really play well to win games, right? That's not to say that's the only way we can score, because statistically, Man United has scored 2 set pieces less than us this season. So if we're going to use those as a benchmark, Liverpool, Man City, Leeds, Chelsea, all these people are within 3 goals of set pieces. So for us, it's just that we're more effective at set pieces. So it means that we get a lot of focus on us. But the reality is that that's not the only way we're trying. We obviously have to be near the box to get a set piece. But what we are lacking is clinical opportunities, where the opportunity that falls to you, you finish. The easy ones you finish. And that's what's meant to happen. The easy ones you finish. If we're finding it difficult to break teams down, that's one thing. But we've had a few chances in different games where it's like, you need to put that home. You need to put that home. Those are the ones differentiate your season. Because as an example, Martinelli had a chance to score against Nottingham Forest. If we win that, we're 9 points clear, right? And if we're 9 points clear, then 1, we approach one game differently. 2, it means that we go with a different level of confidence. And 3, even if we lose, even if the result's the same, now we're 6 points clear. And it doesn't really impact what we're doing. So that's where it's like my problem is I don't really have the answer, you know. Like,
let me qualify what I was saying. Yeah, what I'm saying is because I got no issue with scoring from set pieces. I hope we score more goals from set pieces. In fact, I hope we score the most goals in the league from set pieces. I don't care. A goal is a goal is a goal. But what I'm saying is we should be adding to that with extra goals. It's like what I say about Gyökeres. When people tell me, but all the hard work he does, he occupies defenders, he should be doing that plus scoring goals. It's not one or the other. And that's what I'm saying. It needs to be both. And if it was both, we'd probably be clear by now. Clear. But that being said, and I'm just going to bring it back now to, and we've just got a comment. Let me see who this are. Typical who of all people, Tiny Godfather. Here we go. It's the only way you score. You're 17th in terms of goals from open play. So no, nothing like Man U. Sorry. So that's, I think, a little dig at what you said.
It's true. But we're not in the same position as Man U. But anyway, I digress.
We're not. But do you know what? I don't care if we score from set pieces or not. I don't care if people call us set piece FC, because I know every time we get one, they're nervous. And that I like. I like people being nervous when we get a corner, when we get a set piece.
Intimidating teams.
Yeah, they get scared. It's a bit like how people are scared of us actually winning a big trophy. Have you noticed that? Our rival fans, you got Liverpool man, diehard Liverpool man, cheering Man United yesterday. I've never seen that. Liverpool, so it goes to show you how scared they are. Yeah, bro. These men are shook, and all they're trying to do after one, don't forget, this is one defeat in over a month in all competitions, and they're trying to draw man out by saying this and saying that. Bro, no one don't care, because we're still.
Do you know what it is, right? I was talking about this with my friend. You know, like deep down, people understand that they can't let Arsenal win it, because then there's no room to banter us. They can't. Like, because if we win the Premier League, you can't banter us for bottling it. We won it. And they'll be like, eventually. If we won the Champions League, then you can't say, you've never won it. Cool, we won it. Right? And it leaves room for people. They have to actually compliment us. They have to actually rate us. They don't want to rate us. And in all fairness, right, Arsenal are the best team never to have done it, right? We're one of the best teams never to have won the Champions League. And we should have by now, based on the quality we've
definitely
had, right? We should have, based on the quality we've had, but we haven't, right? And because we haven't, they're always going to use that as a claim. Now, what they don't want to do is see us actually win. It's just funnier to actually see Arsenal fans squirm and to see us downfalls, because we're still rivals. Whether your biggest rival is Man City or your biggest rival Liverpool, we're still rivals. So they don't want to see us do well. Likewise, I want Man United to nearly get relegated. I don't want them to be relegated. It wouldn't be fun if they're relegated. I personally don't even want Tottenham to get relegated. I want them to be rubbish in our league so we can beat them and we can say, ha, 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 ha. You know, instead of having conversation about them playing QPR, that's dead. I don't care. Like, sorry, Beefy.
No, that's true. I'd rather take the points off them. I've got Tiny's comment with another comment here. You was cheering Man U last week.
Not me.
No. I think he's referring to me. First of all, I was never cheering Man United. I was happy they won because City are obviously close in the league. I was happy they won. Cheering Man United is a stretch, mate. And the difference is Liverpool and United are meant to be the fiercest of rivals. It would be like me cheering a Tottenham win against anybody. It's never going to happen. Never in a million years. And what's he saying now? Arsenal fans was stop it. I don't care. I'm my own man. I'm not here to talk for other man. I'm here to talk for me.
You're always going to have that. You're always going to have different types of Arsenal fans. There's going to be Arsenal fans are going to do that. Like we can't deny that. There are going to be Arsenal fans. Yay! Like the same way there's Man United fans cheering Liverpool if they beat Arsenal or something like that. And you're thinking, what? This could never happen back in the day. But It happens because it's less about real rivalries. It's about banter with your brethren or people that you know. You just like to see Arsenal tears.
I don't know why, but when it
for
comes
me,
to us, it seems a little desperate. It's desperate behavior from desperate fans who are desperate for us not to actually have this glory, bro. It's desperate and it's embarrassing, and you should be ashamed. It's actually shameless when you think about it. Shameless behavior, man.
Ashamed of yourself.
You get me?
Go to your room. Be ashamed of yourself.
It's funny because, like I said, it's 1 defeat in over a month, 3 defeats all season. Now, when Man City and Liverpool have been in that situation, even the Liverpool that hadn't won the league yet, when they were ahead by that much, what was everyone saying? Oh, look at Liverpool. They're going on to do X, Y, and Z. They're still in all the cups. When it's Man City, they say the same thing. When it's anybody else, Chelsea, they say the same thing. When it's us now, they more want to look at the negatives to try and bring people down. That's my issue there. Well, it's not even an issue. I don't really care what they think, but that's what they're doing, and they know that's what they're doing. Do you get me? So I'm happy with where we are. And let's look at the fixtures, okay? So we've obviously got Champions League Wednesday, but then we've got Leeds, which isn't going to be straightforward. I know that you know we should be winning that, and I expect us to win it, but away at Leeds. Then we've got Chelsea in the cup, second leg. We've got Sunderland in the league, Brentford in the league, and then we've got Wigan in the FA Cup. Now, if you look at the next 6 games for City, let's focus on their league games. They got Tottenham, which, as bad as Tottenham are, they always seem to pull out a performance against City.
Historically, yeah.
Then they've got Liverpool away at Anfield. They got Fulham. Okay, they should be winning that game, but there's some tough games in there. And in between, they've got a game at Galatasaray in the Champions League, and they've got a game against Newcastle, second leg of the League Cup. So they've got a tough little run there. And I'm going to count Villa in because as much as you know, people think Villa might do this or might do that, they're third at the moment. So I'm going to count them as well. After their Champions League game or Europa League game, they've got Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, and then Newcastle in the Cup, and then a game against Leeds. So their running actually looks a bit better than City's. Our one doesn't look too bad at all, if you think about it. And in fact, most of the games are at home. I think we've only got 2 away games out of those 6 games, 2 away. The rest are all at home. So all this panic and all these people, do you know what's mad, right? Is last week everyone was saying Arsenal had definitely won the league. And within 1 game, it's all they're going to bottle it and falling apart. It's like, wow, you've gone literally from one extreme to the other. Because firstly, no one's saying that Arsenal are definitely going to win a league in January. It's so early. There's so much time to go. Similarly, you can't say we're out of it just because of 1 defeat. It's 3 all seasons, which is the least in the league. So why is everyone going from one extreme to the other? For me, I don't get it. It must be just bantering, bro. It must be. Yeah,
it is. It is. You know, like the funny thing is I realize it's because most Arsenal fans bite on the banter as well. Like, so it means like it's just funnier for them. It's just more entertainment. Like, and I realized that last season, you see,
and you know what, Tiny? No, let me give him this because he's right. And we were talking about it before we went live. Certain Arsenal fans out there, they're panicking and turning on the team after 1 defeat. He's right. It is the same thing. And I've seen it online. And there are certain content creators that are fairly well known that should be ashamed of themselves, bro. Like, it's mad when you hear some of the things some of these Arsenal fans are coming out with. And I hold them to the same account that I hold those Liverpool fans to. Same account. I don't care. I can't, just because they support Arsenal, I'm not going to turn a blind eye to it. Because, in fact, I should care more because this is the club I support. So if these Arsenal fans, and I heard them calling up TalkSport today and stuff like this, and it's like, why are you panicking after 1 defeat? Like, why? Like, I don't get that.
Those type of fans, yeah, those ones there. I'm not going to say these Arsenal fans or those. I'm going to say those type of fans are clowns, right? And what it means is you might be young. You must be young because you've never seen this running. You've never had a battle where people are playing, and even like as simple as even when we was battling for top 4 and we had multiple times we had to win the game on the last day. We needed someone else. You just didn't have the bottle or the nerve to hang in there to know what happened. Even on the day even on the time when Man United won, right? And Man United thought they'd won, and then Man City won the league. That for us was a difficult day. Like that was a difficult day. We needed to win on that day. I'm sure we had to play West Brom, and we needed to win, and I'm sure we won like 3-1 or something like that. We need to win. We needed to hold our nerves. At this stage of the season, the reason it's angry because I don't want to lose to Man United. The Man United fans are going to chat rubbish, and I'm going to have to listen to them. Right? But the other hand, right, is we're still ahead. We're still top of the league. We're still 4 points ahead. It's still in our control. We have a decent run of games in front of us. The defeat, I said in the group, I said to other people, it's inevitable. Arsenal will lose again. We're not going to just go undefeated, but it's where we lose, who we lose to, and at what point in the season. So I recognize that that's one of the losses. If we go on a winning run and we win our next 10 games, then in those next 10 games, in all competitions, all of a sudden people will be like, oh my days, we're undefeated. You just need to chill, right? Play the long game.
Yeah.
And the business end is you have to say, when it comes to the final 10 games, are you still in it? Are you still ahead? And then you can decide whether you're going to win the league or not. After that, before that, you're just being emotional.
The other thing you've got to remember, because everyone keeps expecting City to go on this big run. This is not the same Man City. It's not the treble winning team who would go on a mad run and have everyone shook. This City team are yet to have such a run, and every time they win a couple games, they're like, "Oh, City about to go on a run," and then they lose. City are going to drop more points this season. Mark my words, they're going to drop more points this season. Villa are going to drop more points this season. So it's not just about us. This is what I'm saying. Other teams are going to drop points, but they're chasing us. We're not chasing them. That's the difference. So we need to forget what they're doing, focus on what we're doing, win our games, and let them worry about us instead. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And the other thing that people are forgetting as well is they're thinking of the old City. But if you look at City right now, they've won 2 in 5. 2 in 5. 2 in their last 5 games. And also, Haaland is not scoring. He didn't even start in their last game. Right? Which is unimaginable.
Yeah, I know. I triple captained him in that.
That's what everyone did. Not for me.
I was vexed, bro. I was vexed.
I forgot to do my FPO. Well, I would have, right? But everyone did it, thinking he's starting. He didn't even start. He didn't even score.
No, didn't even start. Didn't even start.
So this is where we have to look at, well, Man City aren't firing. Liverpool aren't firing. Aston Villa have got a bit of momentum back, but they weren't firing for a period of time. You know, if we're looking at form, the last 2 games, Man United are the team in form. Chelsea have done well, you know, in all competitions the last few games. But we have to say the biggest factor is consistency. And consistently, we're getting something from games. This is one game we didn't, but consistently, we're getting something. So I can use that as a benchmark and say the next 5 to 10 games, we're going to get something. Because that's what we've been doing. And yes, I think that as well, what will happen is, like you said, I think it was one of the best things to happen to us to get beaten by Man United, because I think that Arteta will be embarrassed. I think he'll be embarrassed or something.
He was vexed, bro. You see his reaction. Well, when the 3rd goal went in and then after the game, he was vexed, bro. I know that he went in with a hairdryer treatment. I know for a fact he did, because we know he's capable of that. I'm just going to sidetrack a little bit into something, because I have to address something here. And I'm talking to you, Triller. You. This one's for you. Yeah? This guy who's had nothing but talk, but when Liverpool lost, he vanished for 24 hours. He didn't reply to anyone in the group chat and only resurfaced when Man United beat us. And you're
maybe he was busy. Maybe he was busy.
I would give him that excuse. But it's every time Liverpool lose, this guy goes missing, okay? And I'm just going to remind him, because he's so concerned about that one result. Let's look back at Liverpool's league results. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0.
Nice.
Fulham 2, Liverpool 2.
Nice.
Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0.
Nice.
Liverpool 1, Burnley 1. Bournemouth 3, Liverpool 2.
Nice.
Bro, you have to go all the way back
Nice.
to December 27th when you played Wolves, the team at the bottom of the table, when you scraped a 2-1 in the last moments of the game. That is the last win in the league Liverpool had. Don't talk to me. And furthermore, raise your hand when you speak in after going missing. This guy, man. So yeah, I had to address it. I had to. And I'm not leaving out JD. Yeah, I will talk tomorrow because we're doing the Don't Gas the Badge tomorrow. This guy out here trying to clown Arsenal after Tottenham lost to Burnley. Okay. After you lost to Burnley and you're sitting down in 14th place. Although that's an improvement from last season, isn't it? So I just had to call those two. I called them the Chuckle Brothers because they are brothers. The Chuckle Brothers coming out, trying to come out with their dry banter when your clubs are both dead. And you know I called Liverpool Deadpool these days. That's who they are, Deadpool. And Tottenham running around with a Nando's badge on their shirt. Don't talk to me, man. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I got it out of my system now.
You just spent a few minutes getting in on these man.
Had to do it, man. Had to do it. Had to do it. The only ones who can be talking to me right now is man like Tiny and Bizzle because they beat us yesterday. So them man can banter me, no problem. Them man can banter me, no problem. I have to take it, pause, because they beat us and they deserve to beat us. That's it. We'll get you next time.
And you know what? In all fairness, like on a different day, right? They don't score those bangers, but those bangers, like the two bangers and the goal that we gave them, like you got to give them credit where it's due. Like they were.
What that does to the team. You've played football, okay? When you see a goal like that go in for your team, what it does, how it raises everybody.
Yeah,
the confidence it gives everybody. You're like, you're buzzing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So when you score them kind of goals, it's infectious. It infects everybody.
Yeah,
so
and
you could see that in the way they were playing. They looked determined. They were organized. They were clinical. All the things we were not, they were. Yeah. So you have to give it to them. But that's how it is. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about transfers, okay? Because I've been hearing about Julian Alvarez. I don't know if that's going to happen in this window, if I'm being honest. I would like him at Arsenal. I'm not going to lie to you because I think he's quality. I'm hearing in the summer, and they're talking like, how much are they talking?
80 mil.
They're talking, 80 odd mil. 80 odd mil for Julian Alvarez. Before I get your view on that, we've had two Argentinian players play for Arsenal before. Only two. Can you name them?
Argentinian.
One of them's quite obvious because it was recently. And he's become a bit of a nemesis of ours now.
So one of the Argentinians
still plays in the Premier League. Still plays in the Premier League now. Martinez. Emi Martinez is one. See if you can name the other one.
What position did he play?
He was a fullback, but he could also play on the wing. I think he was a left back, if I remember rightly. And I'll give you the year as well. It was in our double winning season. No, it was just after the double winning season we bought him. Sorry, in the summer after the double winning season in '98, and he stayed with us for 3 years. It's not a massive name either. It's not like a household name kind of thing. I'll give you a minute. If you can't get it, I'll give you it. And then you'll be like, oh yeah.
1998.
98, yep. Summer of 98, we signed him and then he stayed with us till 2001. And I think he might have gone to Spain after that. Can't remember exactly where. I'll give it to you. Nelson Vivas.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson Vivas. It's not like I said, it's not a household name. But it's mad that they're literally the only two. We only have two Argentinian players playing for Arsenal, man. We've got Gabriel Heinz on our back
on our bench. But for me about Alvarez, I would say I don't know how we would if we were wasting. You know what I mean? Like you have to compliment him. For me personally, like I feel like he's a good player, but if you don't surround him with the right players, it's kind of pointless. Like because when he played for Man City, he had De Bruyne around him. You know, he even had like players on the wing that are always going to be looking for him. Like they're going to find him. They had Mahrez was still there. So that killer pass is going to find him.
Mm.
He started some games and played alongside Haaland, or he was the main outlet, but they're always looking for that person in the box. And I feel like the problem we have is that now our main outlets or main threats in recent times have been Saka and Trossard, you know, or even a bit Martinelli. So it means that the reliance is on the wingers to score and not to find the centre forwards. And we've kind of seen it with Gyökeres. Like, actually, he makes some runs, but he's not being found. And I kind of think, what's the point then? Like, what is the point?
I'll tell you the point. I'm gonna tell you the point now. He's different to Gyökeres. I think a Gyökeres type striker doesn't suit this Arsenal system. That out and out number 9 who's looking to get on the end of crosses and stuff like that. He's not. Alvarez ain't that kind of player. He's more of a false 9. He'll play a bit deeper. He'll get the ball a little bit deeper, but unlike Jesus, he'll know what to do with it because he did it at City. And I do think that he would slot in perfectly, and I think he'd be better than Gyökeres. I don't care how long Gyökeres is there. While we play the way we play, it ain't going to work. It's just not going to work. I said that from the start, and I just don't see it working at all. He scored a good goal in the Champions League, don't get me wrong, but he does not do it enough. He doesn't do it enough. But that's not the player I wanted to talk about anyway, because we've got one more fish to fry, yeah? Martin Ødegaard. We're going back to it. Martin Ødegaard, because you know my feelings on Ødegaard, bro. You know my feelings. Mr. Looking busy for nothing. Okay?
Yeah, he's been SpongeBob.
I'm almost certain. I'm almost 100% certain that in every Premier League game we've lost, he's the one who's started in the 10. And I don't think we've lost when Eze has started in the 10. When is this guy going to get a chance? Let me just say this, yeah? When is Eze going to get a chance? Because he was performing well. He was scoring goals. He was getting assists. Then Ødegaard is back. He had one substitute appearance and then, boom, back in the team. Eze sits on the bench and doesn't get a minute for the next 3 games. What's that going to do to somebody's confidence, man? Arteta's killing him on the bench. I said it before. We talked about him being able to produce moments. We needed that yesterday. He should have started. He should have started for me. I think it's like I feel like Ødegaard must be Arteta's love child, because it's like he can do no wrong. He must play every time. I don't care if he's our captain or not. He can't start every game. He can't, man. And I said at the start of the season, the difference between, well, not at the start of the season, it was probably after 1 or 2 games. I was looking at, I thought, the difference between us winning the league and not is going to be down to Arteta's selections, his squad selections, his starting 11s. That is going to be the difference between us winning and not winning, and his substitutions as well. And then I see the game yesterday against United, and I'm watching him panic and throw 4 players on, which for me is too much of a change. He takes off Trossard when he's doing better than Saka. Trossard actually looked like he was doing okay out there on the left. Saka was doing nothing yesterday. Why is he staying on? Again, it's this preference that Arteta has for certain players. That's going to end up killing him if he's not careful, man. But I'm not having Ødegaard, bro. No, he's not an every game starter. He's just not.
My problem with this, right, is that in some ways I agree with you. In the aspect, like, I don't... Ødegaard's not been performing, right, recently. He's not been performing. I understand why you put a fresh, energized Ødegaard on, who's your captain and your master creator. Now, for me, I've talked about this before. You bring on Odegaard if you want to retain the football, if you just want to keep possession is your thing. You bring on Eze if you want a bit of a maverick who can kind of jink and jive and pop up in spaces, right? And do random stuff. So if you have a whole team that's built around retaining the football, then Odegaard's your guy. It makes sense. If you have a whole team that's going to lead the press and press aggressively and pretty well, Odegaard's the guy. Eze's not good in that. And my problem is that every time I've seen Eze come on in the last few games, he's not looked convincing as well to me. Like, I've not looked at him.
Yeah, because Arteta's killed him. Arteta's killed him. He was performing up here. I don't care. He's still a human being, man. And if you're up here and you're performing up here, and then all of a sudden you don't get a minute for the next 3 games, not 1 minute. He's sitting on the bench, not a minute. That's going to kill your confidence. How many times do we hear strikers, centre forwards, they thrive on confidence? Why is that only limited to centre forwards?
No, I don't. I understand that, but the reality is this is highly competitive. This is the chance. You get your chance when you get your chance. Like there is no other way.
Unless your name's Erdegaard. If your name's Erdegaard, I mean, you get your chance every time. Like,
if you're the club captain, you get different leeways. You know, like even to the extent, you know, when you're a captain of a team, a referee is less likely to send you off. You know that, right?
I hear that. So when Aubameyang was captain, he dropped him. When Aubameyang was captain, he had no issue dropping him.
Yeah,
so why now Odegaard don't get dropped?
Because the difference was Aubameyang had the armband, but he wasn't a leader. And that was the problem, right? Odegaard is a leader. He's not necessarily always a great performer, right? But he's definitely a leader. And people trust him and they listen to him. Now, with Saka, the reason why you don't bring off Saka, which I understand, is Saka is at that stage where he has moments of magic. You don't leave Odegaard on because he's not going to just randomly show up and just smash the ball top bins. He's not going to do that. Whereas Saka might do that. He's also the designated corner taker. He's also one of the designated penalty takers. So if you win a corner, if you win a penalty, you want him to be on the pitch.
Yeah, now, you've got other players who can score pens, man. Erdegaard can take pens.
Of course.
Victor Gyökeres can take pens.
Of course. But if you've got
Saka's got no goals in 13 appearances, bro. None.
I agree. He's not performing the way he needs to be. But the reality is you need that guy on the pitch. You need him. If you're talking about delivery, you're talking about corners, which is the main way we score, innit? And then if you're talking about like penalties, you need that guy on the pitch. Also, the reality is Saka's a person who wins fouls. He wins a lot of fouls. So if you want to create more of those opportunities, you keep that person on the pitch. Now, I'm not going against like Saka's not been performing. He hasn't been performing. I think he's played all right in games, but what we need of him is to be more effective, and he's not done that. But I'm not convinced by Eze. I'm not convinced by Madueke, right? The person that probably should have come on some way was Martinelli. We know Martinelli.
I was thinking that as well.
Has that in him to find a way of scoring goals. He
scores against the big six all the time.
In big moments, big teams.
Yeah.
He might fumble his way through, but he's going to score. So for me, he's a person that you bring on, right? The other thing is like, I think that Arteta is missing. He's relying on a team to play a certain way and for him to build a certain way and for everyone to fire in a certain way, and left out the reality that other top teams that have won it, have always had people that have a system, but they have someone who's going to kind of do their own thing in that system. Whether it be Salah, he gets the ball, he kind of bumbles, shifts this way, shoots, right? If it was Mahrez, if it was Foden, if it was whoever, like in the Man City squad, De Bruyne does their own thing and destroys. We don't really have anyone that can do that. So our reliance is on the system working. Now, for me, I think it was a very, very good thing that it happened. I would like to have happened. I preferred it happen to Nottingham Forest than to happen to Man United. But the fact that we lost is very important because he was forced to revisit the board, forced to look at and say, what is this? Why did we do this? It's not just simply because we felt a bit tired. It was we got it completely wrong. It wasn't enough. It wasn't good enough. And the good thing as well is we can't just look to Gyökeres and say you're not performing because Saka ain't scoring, Trossard ain't scoring, Odegaard.
We looked to him, but we looked to others too. We still looked to him, but we looked to others as well.
Madueke has not scored a Premier League goal for Arsenal or Chelsea in 365 days, my guy. What?
Nah, bro. Remember when I was cussing when we signed him? Do you remember that? We're spending all that money on Madueke. I was vexed, bro. Vexed. I was like, don't mention Madueke to me. Don't even mention him. I hope he turns it around, but I ain't been wrong so far. This is the mad thing. See my issue, right, as well. Okay. Everyone knows players need a run of games. Saka's had a run of games and done nothing. Odegaard's had a run of games and done nothing. Gyökeres had a run of games, got dropped. So why can't Arteta now drop Odegaard? For me, I don't want to see Odegaard starting next game. I don't want to see him. Don't want to see him. I want Eze to have about 3 games on the trot.
He's against Kairat. He's not going to score. He's not going to start next game.
No, league games. League games. Forget Champions League. League games. I want Eze to have another, I want him to have at least 3 starts in a row so that he can get his momentum back.
He's going to play against Kairat, right?
He will, yeah.
This Kairat, right, is a team that is at the bottom of the Champions League, okay? No one cares about them. No one knows who plays against them. So it means that even if he does well against them, it's kind of like, you should be doing well.
Yeah.
But his only job is to give his manager a headache. Because the thing is like, we can say everything about his confidence. But if you play average or below average, you're not giving me a reason to start you. That's why Jesus started. Because you know the way Jesus played against Inter? He looked like a swingers. They're like, do you know what? Yeah. Let me stick with that confidence. We put him, and Jesus didn't do anything.
Nothing at all. Nothing. I'm telling you, and I can't believe I'm saying this. As soon as Kai Havertz is back, fully fit, raring to go, the better. I'm telling you. Out of all the strikers we got, he's the best one. And I didn't think I'd ever say that. But there you go. That's why I want Alvarez.
Do you know who we miss as well? And I'm not saying this as good, but I'm saying as a team, you know who we miss? Calafiori.
Yeah, we do. 100% we do. He was brilliant the first part of the season. Brilliant the first part of the season.
Brilliant.
So, I want to see Skelly in midfield as well. I don't want to see him at right back no more. Go and buy a right back. Put Skelly in midfield where he actually plays, and I'll guarantee he'll do a job there. I guarantee it. He's quality. He's got all the makeup of a good midfield player. Wow. He's too slow to play at fullback, bro. Yeah, too slow, man. No, he's not, and he doesn't read the game as well as a Calafiori. He doesn't, because he's not a defender. He's not a fullback.
So in closing, then, what do you think is the solution? What do you think is going to carry us over the line? What do we have to do?
I think we need to be braver. Definitely, we need to be a lot braver because we didn't look brave at all against United. Not even just United, against Forest, we didn't look brave. We need to be a lot braver, a lot more clinical. Arteta's got to be prepared to make tough decisions. He's got to be prepared to make tough decisions. He's got to pull Odegaard aside and say, listen, you are a club captain, but this ain't about you. This is about Arsenal Football Club winning the title. So you may not start all the time. Do you know what I mean? You're my main guy, but you may not start every time. You know, we've got another player there who's dying to get into the team. And there may be teams that we play where it's better to play him. And there'll be teams we play where it's better to play you. It needs to be like that. It needs to be a together thing, bro. Because if it's not, we're going to have more instances.
You tell me where that scenario works. You tell me what.
Say again.
Tell me what club.
No, it don't work. It don't work. See you later, mate. See you later.
I'm just saying that you tell me where, the club captain, right, is not performing, but the person that's due to replace them is not performing also.
But he was performing. He was.
He performed in a few games.
He made one mistake and got dropped for 3 games.
Eze is performing in a few games, bro. Like, I think your hate for Odegaard's blinding you,
I don't hate Odegaard. I hope he does great things for us. I want him to do great things. But he ain't doing it. He's living off one good season. He's living off one good season. You're an attacking midfielder. Where are your goals? Where are your assists? If you ain't getting them, you ain't doing your job properly. I'm sorry. All this, he does this and he does that. He should be doing that as well as. Like the same thing I said about Gyökeres. Occupy the defenders, be a nuisance, as well as scoring goals. So Ødegaard, press people and be creative, but get a couple goals here and there and a few assists. That'd be nice. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. He looks. He's one of them. He ends up looking like a busy fool. Okay, doing all this, doing all that, but not actually producing anything. That's what he looks like a lot of the time. He did against United anyway.
Do you know what's mad, right? You know, at the end of the season, if you're ruthless, and you look at how people performed, he's got a problem because he's gonna have to get. Arteta might have to get rid of about 5 players. Like he might have to get rid of Odegaard. He might have to get rid of Madueke. And you just got him. You might have to get rid of. You might have to get rid of Eze, and we just got him. You know, because the real player, right? Maybe not Eze, right? But the real player that should be starting, but isn't, and I understand why he isn't, because.
I know who you're going to say.
He's naive in Nweri, okay?
Definitely.
He's a baller. Fearless. But he's amazing going forward and not great going backwards. And Arsenal are a team that relies on their defense. Now, the more braver we are, the more exposed we become and we concede more opportunities. So for me, I can understand why, but yeah, I don't see him doing that until he kind of learns. So he's on loan. Let's see what happens.
He started well over in Marseille. Scored a great goal. I don't know if you saw it. Great finish, man. And I hope he does well over there. And I'm glad he's there because he needs to be getting game time under his belt, man. Minutes under his belt. So good for him going over there. I hope he smashes it. And I hope he comes back to us and does what we know that he's capable of doing. Because you're right. Nwaneri, maybe not to start, but you bring someone like that on to change things, to have one of those moments. He's got no fear. He'll get the ball and drive forward. Do you know what I mean? And he'll have a shot. He's not scared to have a shot. You know, some players, I see them, and it's like almost they're scared to shoot. It's like, no, we don't need the perfect goal. Shoot, hit the ball, man. He's not that guy. He will have a go. Trossard's one of them as well. He will just have a go. We need more people like that, man. But yeah, listen. Great having you back on, bro. Let's see where the season takes us. Fuck all the haters, man. Let them keep hating. I love the hate. So keep hating. Tiny calls me buck hate for a reason. I love that shit, man. So keep hating us.
we have to win though. Like I'll be honest with you,
we do.
We have to win the Premier League or the Champions League or both. We cannot leave with the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. We cannot.
I don't care if we get both of them. That is not good enough.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. That's
completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable.
Yeah, that's
we'll revisit. We'll give it another few weeks and see what happens. I think maybe after these fixtures we'll jump on and do another one and reassess where we're going.
By the end of February, we'll know where we're going because we'll be like, oh, if we're still in all the competitions and we're still in the position, then we're like, okay, now we're in the running. For me personally, coming out of the FA Cup wouldn't have been a bad thing, you know. Like honestly, like I think that as much as it sounds cool to be up for the quadruple, I think it's like you're spreading yourself thin, you know. Like
you want to win everything you're in, and it's one of those things that while you're in it, you want to win it, but if you go out, you'll get over it quickly. Do you know what I mean? That's
just focus on the thing. Yeah, it's not like Man United where you've got nothing to fight for this season.
Yeah,
but at least you're better off saying, all right, let me fight on the things that I have to fight for rather than having everything to fight for and just losing it all. So I
do want the Carabao Cup though. I do want it. Pep's proven
that
before
I want because
that kind of keeps you up in other things.
Semi-finals. You know, if the Carabao Cup was closer to the FA Cup, I wouldn't give a shit. But because excuse my French, all right? But because we're in the semi-finals, it makes sense. Let's go with it. Let's go do it.
Definitely.
It's down the road. Let's go do it. You know, but we'll see.
I'll finish by saying this. Message to Arsenal fans. Stop being emotional. Okay. I know it's not all of us, but the ones who are, we see who you are because we see you pop up on our feeds. Stop being emotional. It's one defeat. We've only lost 3 times in all competitions this season. We're in every competition. Would you rather be in this position or back in 8th where we were when Arteta took over? Just remember, we ain't won the league since 2004. Okay? So be happy with where we are. Remember where we are. We're not Real Madrid who win big trophies year after year after year. Be happy with where we are. Stop turning on the team. Stop turning on the players. And let's support the team and aim to win something big this season. Yeah? That's my message to the Arsenal fans. I've been Buckstar. Thank you, JR, for jumping on, man. We'll see you again next time. Peace, everyone.
Blessings.